Hi and welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to actually show you how to perform a love spell with Lilith, and I'll talk you through all of the steps in the process and also what to do after you've performed the spell as well. Just one thing to bring up before I actually get into that is that I feel that the occult community or magic community has quite a lot of gatekeeping, and often to get to the point of where you are being shown or reading how to perform some of this magic, it is behind several paywalls. You have to buy the book, and then that will invite you to buy the video course, which will then link you to another book, and it just goes on and on and on. And yes, this is actually my main job, and obviously the financial side of it is necessary. I have to eat and live and pay rent and all of that stuff. But I also think that maybe we could share and show people how to actually do a lot of this stuff. Anybody can do it. Once you get the fundamentals, which is a bit of work, but it's also a fun process. But once you get to that point of just knowing the very basics, you can start performing these rituals yourself. So that's why I'm going to show you how to do this. And I am also available for consultations, readings, and specific ritual works myself. So if you ever need my services in that area, you can always just get in contact with me with the email address that's in the description below. So that's enough of me talking, and let's just get straight into how to do this spell. All that you will need to carry out this spell are two things. You will need a red candle, and you will need some kind of object that will be a link to the target. Now that could be clothing, handwriting, a photograph. Even if the photograph is on your phone, that's absolutely fine. Jewelry, or just some kind of object that this person may have owned. So for the purposes of demonstration, I'll just be using this ring here to demonstrate how to do that. Now, one of the most important aspects of this spell, because it is a spell that is going to go into the subconscious of the person and affect their dreams and thoughts, is that you will need to carry this out when they are asleep. So quite often, and this may be difficult for some people, but quite often between midnight and 3 a.m. is when this person is going to be most affected by this spell. So just get the timings correct. So all that you need to do is just set things up. If you do want to bring in the energy of Lilith, then you can draw out the sigil. I've personally, maybe because I've done so much work with Lilith over the years, I tend not to draw the sigil. I just concentrate on the energy of Lilith, on the name, and just invite that into the space where I'm working. But here is the sigil, just so that you can see it. And if you do want to bring in Lilith's added energy to this spell, just draw that out by hand in black or red ink, cut it out, and just place it in front of the candle, and just concentrate on the sigil and just bring that energy into the space that you're working. If you don't want to work with Lilith, and Lilith is certainly not for everybody, then you can just do this as a simple candle magic spell. One other bit of advice about this dream spell is it's advised not to push the dream or the energy towards anything sexual or intimate. It's much better just to simply appear and connect, focus your visualization and your will, and just almost install your desire into the target, into the dream. So what you first want to do is just collect the item that will link to your target. Once you've done that, light the red candle like I have done, and take this item in your left hand. If it's a photograph that's on your phone, then just hold that in your left hand. And what you want to do is just hold your left hand and the item above the candle. Now be very careful not to burn yourself. Usually about 1.5 to 2 feet above the candle flame is enough for you just to feel that warmth in your hand. And that's really what you want to do. Now, keeping your hand there, just close your eyes and start to envision that the person you desire is asleep in bed. And allow the sensation of the heat in your hand just to pull you deeper and deeper into this visualization. Just concentrate on feeling that energy and feeling and visualizing this person asleep in bed. Now, once you've done that, I want you to inhale deeply through the nose, hold it, and then breathe out. And just repeat that a few times. Each time you breathe out, just feel yourself sink into this visualization. And now lower your left hand away from the flame and allow the visualization of this person to start to fade. And you're now going to replace it with the dream that they are inside. Don't fight the vision that comes to you. Don't try and push. Just allow yourself to trust the vision that is coming to you. Don't be concerned with trying to verify any of the details or being right. Just connect with this dream and see it as clearly as you can. Now the next step is to observe the landscape of the dream. Try and look around and see and feel as many details as possible. And try to locate your target. Try and locate this person. When you do, just approach them in a way that is most appropriate to the dreamscape that you are in with this person. Use your intuition and judgment just to flow, and you will know exactly how to approach. Now, once you've done that, you can interact with this person in any way that is natural for this dream. You don't even have to speak. You can just silently, through your focus and your will, allow them to be drawn to you, and allow those feelings of desire, of love, to grow and flow between both of you. Now, this interaction will take as long as it needs to. It could be a few minutes, it could be much longer, but just allow that to continue until this dream has concluded. And once that has happened, just focus on the breath again. Take a deep breath through the nose. Hold it. And as you breathe out, just be aware of your surroundings. Start to be aware of your body, particularly your feet, and just start to pull your presence back into this reality. And when you feel that you've come back, all that you need to do is simply blow out the candle. And as you do so, commit to the outcome. And all that you need to say is, so it is done. If you did do this spell with Lilith, then all that you need to do is simply thank Lilith for assisting you. Thank Lilith for assisting you with the outcome of this spell, and simply just say thank you, and then claim your space back by saying something like, it is now time to close this spell, and it is time for you to leave, and you must. But before you go, may you go in peace. Hail, Lilith. And then simply, I would recommend either eating or doing something fun. If it's not too late, you could maybe go for a walk, but just try and really connect with yourself. So that was my approach on how to do a successful love spell. I personally think that the dream spells work much better because they affect the subconscious and therefore affect the conscious, so it just becomes this cycle where it just becomes much more effective. Now, one other thing to address is I don't really want to get tied into or comment on the morality of spells like this too much. It's a very controversial topic. Some people are very much against these kind of spells, and certainly if they are misused, I would completely agree with that. And it is a much bigger topic, all magic affects will. So if you cast a successful spell to get a job, well, somebody else has not got that job, or other people have not got that job. So you've affected their will. They may be more qualified than you. They may be a much better fit for the job. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully it does. But anyway, please let me know how you have got on with this spell, what successes. If you do cast the spell, don't fall into the trap of recasting it regularly. Like I've encountered some people that have cast love spells 3-4 times a day. It doesn't really work like that. If you really commit the mind, if you really commit the will to the outcome whilst performing the spell, and then as you finish the spell and say it is done, you actually mean it. You've brought fantasy into reality, and you know, then you will also find that once the spell is finished, you've let go of the outcome. And you've let go of it because you've gone from wanting to knowing. And that's really one of the most important things in performing spells and rituals, is moving from wanting to knowing that the outcome is yours. And you don't chase, check, pine for, become desperate for something that is already yours. If you know, I hope that makes sense. But if you've just bought a brand new car and it's your dream car, you're not wanting a new car anymore, are you? You've achieved what you wanted. So that's how I would approach the after spell kind of thoughts that you may have or doubts that you may have. Just push those aside. If you've truly committed to the outcome, then you know. Thank you for watching, and Please, as always, like, comment, subscribe if you found this video useful, and as always, please do share your experiences with this spell, and any outcomes would be very interesting for me to read as well. Thank you.